What's the TOPDON battery tester, the BT300P, like? Well, we're going to find out. You probably remember I did a video a short while ago. TOPDON sent me a jump starter. Well, they sent me something else now. They've sent me this battery tester. And it's quite a useful thing at this time of the year, obviously, because when the winters comes in and it's cold, you need to know if your battery's any good. So I'm going to start with this SVT Mustang 5 litre and see what the battery's like on that. Okay, this is the TOPDON tester that they sent me. It's the BT300P, and you'll find a link in the bottom of the video telling you where you can get it from, i.e. in Amazon, and there will be a discount available on there as well. Anyway, it does a number of tests. It does a battery test, cranking test, charging test, and it comes with a printer. So anyway, let's put it on my battery. This is a battery that I fitted not long ago, but I haven't used the car, so it'd be interesting to see what the tester says about it. Okay, in the beginning it's quite simple. I'm just going to connect the tool to your battery, and then it will power this up. So let's do that. We'll see black goes on to negative, which is loose. It's handy. And red goes on to positive. And as you can see, it's all lit up now. Right, the first test that it offers you, let's try and zoom in, is the battery test. So you just press enter. There. Then it offers you to decide what kind of battery it is. Well, most batteries are like this, lead acid, so that would be the one it calls regular flooded, but it does gel batteries and other kinds. Anyway, so this is a regular one. Then you have to look on your battery and find the information so it can select what it is. In this case, this is a 560 CCA. So you're using the arrows, we can go through the menu and find CCA, if it's on here. Or, what else do I want? It's on here somewhere. Oh, it's on CCA already. Idiot. So anyway, so you press that. Then you pick out the amps, and on mine it says it's, I don't know if you can see, .560, right? So CCA 560. So what you've got to do is you've got to get that in on here. So it says 540, so scroll it up. So it's 560. It says 560 CCA. It's exactly what it says on the battery. Then press enter or print, but it's enter. Power too low. That's because the battery hasn't been used much. Do you want to continue? I'm going to say yes. So it's testing. And it says retest after charge, but it says it's healthy, right? This battery's not very old. I put it on the 3rd of the 9th, 22, but it hasn't been used. So it says it's healthy, 24%. It says 274 CCA. It's got 0% charge, 11.89. And the good thing about this is if you press this again, it has a printer. So you don't have to remember anything. But on the printer you've got all the information, which is cool. Now obviously we've done that, and then there are other tests like cranking tests. So if we do a cranking test, it says start the engine. Okay, so I'm just going to go and start the engine. Okay, it wouldn't start, so it's failed the test, so let's try it again. I think I've got to turn it off and start it again. Yeah, okay. See if I can do that. Okay, it says cranking is low, 9.3 volts, but that's because it hasn't been used. So let's try and see the next test, charging test. It's already running. Okay, charging looks okay, 14.64. Increase speed to 2,500 for 5 seconds. Let's give it a go. Okay. Enter. And charging is normal. 14.64 under load and unload 14.65. So it's fine. Again, you can print that. So the print tells you all the results. What else we got on here? Review data. Not sure what that does. It just goes through everything. So when you've done all the tests, you can then print out the whole thing. Charging normal. Then the needs a retest, but anyway. And cranking low. So all in all, very useful. It gives you a lot of information. This is like I say, this example, excuse the noise of the engine, is bad because this car hasn't been run for a long time. So obviously, even though it's a new battery, it needs to charge up a bit. So let's go and have a look at my Mondeo and do the same thing again, and we should get a more representative test result. Then after that, I'll test some batteries that are not connected to any cars and show you how you can see what condition it's in. Okay, we're at my Mondeo 2.5 V6. This has been used recently, so it should be right. Need to look on what's on here. It says the EN 640 amp, but anyway, let's just connect the tool like we did before. I like to put the negative on first because it's safer. Okay, so it's all lit up. So first of all, as before, we'll do the battery test. Just press the enter button. It's a regular flooded because it's a lead acid battery again. So enter, and then we have to know what it is, what kind of a battery. I can't remember what I said, one moment. EN 640, so this one is an EN 640, so we just use the arrows till we come to EN, There's EN, enter, and then it's come up with what was the other one, so it's 640, so you go down till you get the one you want. So it's a 640 EN, press enter. It's testing it. And it says it's a healthy battery, 44%, 425 amps, charged 45%, 12.27 volts. So it's a good battery. So next we've got the cranking test. Now we can do the printing at the end of everything. So let's look at the cranking test. Enter, start the engine. So excuse me. Okay, what did it say? Cranking time, normal, 3987 milliseconds, 9.61 volts it used, so normal. Next test, charging, obviously it's running already. Start the engine and press enter when it's running, which it is. Increase speed to 2500 for 5 seconds and then enter. So I need to go inside, hold on. Okay, press enter to continue. Charging normal. Loaded, it went down to 1397. Unloaded, it's 1402. And its ripples 22 millivolts. So exit from that. And then you go to review the data. Right, it's got good charging. If you press the printer again, it'll print that. Next test was the charging there. Print that. And then the cranking one, print that. There you go. Now you've got a record of your testing. So if you had several cars, you could write your registration on it and the date, and you'd have a report of what it is. So this car's battery has passed the test. So let's have a look at some batteries I've got laying around. And obviously you can't test cranking test and charging, but let's just see what it says about the condition of them. Obviously I removed them from vehicles because I replaced them, but let's just see it anyway, do the exercise. And these are a couple of batteries that I have removed from other vehicles. This one was on my Jeep, and I think I replaced it because, obviously I replaced it because it was going flat, but it might well have been because of the drain. So I wonder what it will say. Let's try stick it on. Obviously it's been sat here for a little while, so it won't be perfect. Here we are, lit up. Battery test. As usual, enter. Regular flooded it is, it's lead acid. What kind of battery is it? This is where you find the information. This one, it says 760 amp EN. So go back on here. It's on EN already. From the other one. Now we want to take it up to 760 using the buttons. 760. Enter. It says the battery power is low. Do you want to continue the testing? Yes. We know it's been set here. Before charging. Because I'm not going to charge it. Okay, it says retest after charge. So it doesn't tell me much. Let's try this one. Can't test this one at all because it's obviously got no power. Dead as a dodo. But I've got some other ones. Okay, I've come into the house. I've got a few batteries here, as you can see. You can try out. This one isn't very old. I bought it for that Mustang that's running outside, but it was too tall. It's a good example. So it's never been charged or anything. I bought it new. Let's see what TOPDON says about this. You can see. Okay, so it's offering us the usual. We want to do battery tests. We can't do cranking tests because it's not on a car, and we can't do charging tests because it's not on charge. So regular flooded battery. Now what is it? Let's have a look. It is CCA 540 or a 540 amp EN or a CCA. Let's do something different. Let's go to CCA. Enter. And it was 540, so we need to take it down. Right, that's the right one. Testing. Aha, good battery. Well, it should be because it's like brand new and not being used. But we can print that. It's really useful to have this printer because you don't have to write anything down, it's all there. And if we look, there's the result. So this one was on my Transit. I'm not sure what kind of condition that is in, but let's have a go with that one. Okay, so we're connected to this one. Want to do the battery test. Regular flooded. What kind of battery is it? 670 EN. So using the arrows, go to the EN. There it is. Right, well, it's 670, so down. Testing, testing, testing. Right, it says replace. It's got 62% charge, but it's only 24% healthy. Well, I knew that because it was rubbish in the van. But what we'll say, if you charge this one up, you can use it to help start something else. I've got one more battery. Let's come out of this. Still says 1235. Oh, this will also do 24 volts as well, not just 12. So it's 12 volt or 24. Anyway, let's have a look at the one that's underneath this one. I have no idea about this one. Here it is. This. I think this one was in my Mustang convertible. And it's probably in very poor condition. But let's not guess. That's why we've got the tool. Okay, well, it's got some power because it's lit up. Again, the only test that we can do really is the condition of the battery. Too low. There you go, it's got no power. Battery too low, test after charging. I was going to test my Jeep just for fun, and I found out that battery's gone flat again, so we're going to be using our other tool that we used before, the JS2000, which I hadn't planned on using. I really need to find out what's causing this battery to go flat. But anyway, let's use the tool. We know how to use it now. Very annoying. Press boost. Okay, well obviously it's not going to have a very good battery because it didn't start, so I'm going to start it up again, leave it to run for a while, then we'll put the battery tester on it and see what it does. Okay, well we know the battery was flat, so we can't test its condition, but we can try the charging. Just for the sake of doing it. Pretty sure it is charging fine. Let's have a look. Do the charging test. Enter. Increase speed for 5 seconds. Let's do that. That's for the load test. So we've done that. Enter. Okay, charging is normal. Underloaded it was 14.43, unloaded 14.44, 99 millivolts ripple. I don't think we'll be able to test the battery test, but let's give it a go. What is the battery? Good question. Hold on. And it doesn't tell you anywhere. I'm going to go and have a look when I bought it. Stay around. Okay, I found out. It's a CCA 770. Why it hasn't got there on there, I don't know. Let's go to CCA. Enter 770. Voltage too high. Turn on the headlights. Okay, put the lights on. Try it again. do it because obviously it needs charging up. Okay, so this is it. This is the nice TOPDON battery tester with the printer. It comes with extra rolls of paper. I think we've got two. Yeah, you've got two more rolls of paper in there. Also, you've got the instructions, and you've seen what it does. Printer's under there, so there's your paper roll. Make sure you get it out. But I think it's a very useful tool. It gives you the condition of your battery. Obviously you should check it before it fails, but it gives you the idea, you know, what the status of it is. And I like the printout thing, so it's 12 volts or 24 volts. You just need to know what kind of battery it is. Obviously on this one we had a couple of problems because this one's run flat, so you couldn't do a proper test on it. You'd really have to charge it up first and then run the test again. But when you look at the printouts, you know, it tells you good. Like like on the battery test, it says on this particular one that it's good charging condition, charging 45%, voltage 12.27, it's healthy 44%. This was because it hadn't been run. This was on the Mustang, and it was an EN640. On the charging test, it was charging 1402 and then loaded 13.9, so that's normal. And then cranking test, normal. So these things tell you exactly the condition. So not just the condition of the battery, but the condition, you know, will it start your car, or is it starting your car properly, or your van, or whatever it is, and is it charging? So instead of using a multimeter, this will tell you what the voltage is. It tells you the voltage at normal, you know, quiescent, and it tells you under load, which is why it tells you to run it at 2,500 for 5 seconds, because that's what it classes as load. I think it's a very good system. And once again, I must emphasize, I'm not getting paid for this. I was asked to review it, and that's what I've done. You've seen it on my Mustang, and you've seen it on my Mondeo, and some other old batteries laying around, which obviously, if they're totally flat, it won't read anything because the power from this comes directly from the battery, obviously. But I will be using it a lot in the future, I think, because it takes away a lot of the guesswork. And with regards to this car I'm sat in, the Jeep, I had to use the jump starter, which was not deliberate. It wasn't to plug the TOPDON battery charger, but once again it worked, and I haven't charged it up since the last time. So it's charged up this 4-litre Jeep because it's been sat around, but something is draining the battery, because that battery was nearly new. So anyway, if you've thought this video was useful, please consider subscribing. I'd be grateful. It doesn't cost you anything to like, but it makes a big difference to me. Share it, tell other people, and watch out for other videos. Hi, this is just a follow-up on the testing we've been doing with the TOPDON battery tester, because I didn't show you all the controls. Right, here's the menu. You've got the battery test, the cranking test, the charging test, review data, but you can also change the language if you're not English. So we go to the language, and it's German, Italian, Chinese, French, Spanish, Russian or Portuguese. And the M function, if you press that, just takes you back to the main menu. Bit more information. Like I said before, it's 12 volt or 24 volts. It will tell you, you know, how good your battery is, how much percentage of the charge is left, or capacity. And it does it in an easy way. It tells you whether it's good or bad, or, you know, it tells you the problems. It doesn't do it in techno jargon, so anybody can understand what it is. For instance, on this one, it says it's a good battery, it's 100% charge, 12.66 volts, 100% healthy. Now, if it wasn't, that percentage would be less. And it also tests different kinds of batteries, like I said before, but some batteries are gel ones, some are spiral ones, but most people have got batteries like this, which if you go to the menu, it'll ask you what they are. It's what it's called, regular flooded. But I say there are other versions. If you've got a different kind of battery, like some racing batteries are gel, and you've got various different options. And must be noted, I believe it will not do test leisure batteries for some reason, but anyway, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think I'm right in saying that. And that's about it, really. It's quite intuitive to use once you've used it once, and it gives you all the information that you should need. Here's some technical data as it's on the box. It shows you some of the things it can do. And next is the picture that shows, if you use the link below, this is what you'll see. And you'll see there's a £10 voucher that you can apply, which brings it down, well, it brings it down £10.